Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music. I'm going to talk about how you can play a song by John Legend called You and I, Nobody in the World. And it starts off with these cool little fingerstyle licks, actually, and we're going to kind of talk about those actually through the tune. And we start out 3rd fret on the low E string, and you could do this all fingers, actually. I'm just kind of demonstrating this, and then we'll talk about some easy ways to strum through this if you're just starting out. But the licks kind of start 3rd on the low E string, and then open B, and then 2nd fret on the high E string. And then you play 3rd fret on the low E string for a slide to 7 on the low E, and then play 7 on the G, and then we go to 6th fret on the G with 5th fret on the low E string at the same time. So you're kind of doing thumb and fingers for that. So you got kind of that 3 open B, 2 on the high E, 3 slide to 7, 7, 6 and 5 together, and then we almost kind of start that over again. 3rd on the low E, open B, but then back to 3rd on the low E, and then 2nd on the high E, and then open B, and then we do that same slide of the 7 on the low E, 7 on the G, and then 6 and 5 together. And what's kind of cool about that is that the first lick's kind of around a G idea, kind of a G major 7 idea, and then we're using a little piece of a B minor and a little piece of an A major, and then kind of back to a G idea, and then back to the B minor idea, and then the A. And you could kind of fill that in or add in extra notes too. Or if you're just starting out, what can be kind of cool too is to just use bigger chords for that. And you can start on a G major chord by doing 1st finger on the A 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the low E 3rd fret, and 3rd finger on the high E 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord that sounds really happy. Now through the tune, you may also want to think about taking the 3rd finger and sliding it back just a hair to 2nd fret to make that a G major 7, which could be a very, very cool voicing. Or you could even put the 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, and kind of work it as kind of a little bit more powerful G major. And then the B idea, actually, where we're doing the 7 to the 7, we can back that up with a B minor chord by doing 2nd fret bar. We'll talk about some easy ways to do this too. 2 on the B string 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the D 4th fret, and the pinky on the G 4th fret. And if you strum all those together, it sounds a B minor chord that sounds really sad. You may also want to dig on lifting off the pinky and making that a B minor 7 chord. Or you can kind of readjust your fingers. Another way to play B minor 7 would be doing 1st finger on the A 2nd, 2nd finger on the G 2nd, and 3rd finger on the high E 2nd. And if you strum the A string of the high E string, that'll get your clearest sound out. That's another way you can play B minor 7. Or you could do 1st finger on the A 2nd, 2nd finger on the G 2nd, and then put the 3rd finger on the B string 3rd fret, and even just that much is kind of a little B minor 11. Or you could add in the pinky on the high E 3rd, and kind of make that almost like a drone B minor 11. And then from the B minor, we'd be going to an A major, actually kind of where that 5 and 6 kind of happen implies an A. And the way you play A major, 1st finger goes to the D on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the G 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the B 2nd fret. A big party on the 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A major chord and it sounds really happy. Now, round A's in general, it can be kind of cool to lift the 3rd finger, make that an A suspended 2nd, or you could add in the pinky on the B string 3rd for an A suspended chord and kind of say some things around the A. Or you may even dig on an A7 sus, where you could do 1st finger on the D 2nd, 2nd finger on the G 2nd, 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. Kind of working the A string of the high E for an A7 sus. There's a couple different strummings actually through the tune. You want to find a way that works for you and kind of run with it. But we could even use just kind of a down idea, actually kind of that G, B minor, A, just kind of doing just one down on each chord might be kind of a cool way to kick it off. Or if you want to fill time on those chords, you could do kind of an 8 down on the G, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you may want to go to the B minor for kind of a 3 count, and then go to the A for a 5 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 might be kind of a cool way to work it. G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. B minor, 2, 3, A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, G. B minor, A. Or there are definitely some spots where that B minor A gets evened out into kind of a 4 down count on each one too. So G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. B minor, A. Or you could use a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, down, up. So we took the G and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now the weird part on that is the B minor A kind of half that pattern. So on the B minor A, you may want to do just a down, down up on each of those chords to kind of fill the time. Or if you kind of dig on this, you can do the B minor with a down, down, and then hit the A with an up, up, down, up. So you have the G, down, up, down, up, B minor, A, G, B minor, down, down, A on the up, down, up. Or another strum pattern, actually, I would think about actually a couple more strum patterns, would work off with something called a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're dividing that beat into two parts with our down, down, up, down, up. Kind of a 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. What I mean by that is if you take the G and do it down for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the first beat. Then on the second beat, you do it down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So you'd be going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. And then on the third beat, you do it up on 2, down on 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the last beat, you'd be going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So all together, you got G, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, G, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, G, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now the weird part about applying that to the intro is that B minor A halving, and you could do just the down, 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 up of the pattern to half it. Or if you dig on this, you could kind of split the pattern and do the B minor with a down, 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 up, and then go to the A for the up, down, down, up, down, up. So do the intro that way. You got a G, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, B minor, down, down, up, A, down, down, up, G, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, B minor, down, down, up, A, up, down, down, up, down, up. Or another 16th note strum pattern that could be really cool, especially because of the timing and how this works through the tune, is you may want to think about a down, up, down, up, down, up, 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you take the G and do a down on 1 and a up on 4, you 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up on the first beat. And then on the second beat, you do an up on 2, down on 3. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the third beat, you do an up on 2, up on 4. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, 1, up, 1, up, up. And then on the last beat, you'd be going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, 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 down. So all together, you have down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down. What can be cool about that is when you get to the B minor A, you may want to do the down, up on the B minor, and then go to the A for the down, up, down, down. Kind of dig on them. So you have G, B minor down, up, A, down, down, and G, B minor, A. So we want to kind of pick away and kind of run with it. And then from there, we'll be going into our verse idea. And our verse kind of works off of those 2-note chord ideas, where we could go 10th fret on the low E string and 11th fret on the G string. And if you do those 2 notes together, it's like a little piece of a D major chord. And from that D, then we kind of slide down to our 5 and 6 for an A idea, and then we go to our B minor idea with the 7/7, and then we do the B minor again, and then we go back to the A with the 5 and 6, and then we go to 2nd fret on the low E with 2nd on the G string. It's kind of a little D slash F sharp idea. And then we work that back to 3rd fret on the low E and 4th on the G. So if you wanted to kind of follow those licks through that part, you have kind of 10 and 11, and then 5 and 6, 7 and 7, 7 and 7, 5 and 6, 2 and 2, 3 and 4. And the chords that lick's kind of implying would be starting on a D major chord. We play D major First finger goes to the G on the 2nd fret, second finger on the high E 2nd fret, and third finger on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, it sounds a D major and it sounds really, really happy. Now around Ds in general, it can be kind of cool to lift off the 2nd finger, make that a D suspended 2nd, or you could add in the pinky on the high E 3rd for D suspended chord and kind of say some things around the D major. Or especially on that last part where we're doing that 2 and 2 together, it almost sounds like something called D/F sharp, where you could take the D major chord and take your thumb and go over the low E string on the 2nd fret to kind of bring out that F sharp note on the low E string 2nd fret. Or you may want to readjust your fingers, and you could do first finger on the low E 2nd, second finger on the G 2nd, third finger on the high E 2nd, pinky on the B string 3rd. That's another way you could kind of work that. It's a D major chord with an F sharp in the bass. We call that D/F sharp. Or you may want to use a D/F sharp. We could do first finger on the low E 2nd, second finger on the G 2nd, third finger on the B string 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. And kind of work that. That's a little bit easier for you to get to. So through that verse part, we got kind of the D, and then we have an A, half a B minor, half a B minor, A, and our D/F sharp, G. Could be kind of one way to work it with the downs. Or if you're digging on the down, down, up, down, up, the weird part's all those halving chords. We got D, down, up, down, up, A, down, up, B minor, down, up, A, down, up, D/F sharp, down, up, G, down, up. Or if you're digging on the 16th idea, you'd have the D, A, B minor, A, D/F sharp, G. That'd be a cool way to work it too. And then from there, we'll be going into our pre-chorus part. Our pre-chorus starts on an E minor chord, and the way you play E minor, first finger goes to the A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the D 2nd fret, and if you strum all those together, all the sad sounds of E minor. Now you may also dig on adding in the third finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, make that an E minor 7, and then from the E minor we'll be going to our G major chord, and then a D major chord, and then an A major chord. And you'll kind of hear a continuation on that first pre-chorus actually where the A keeps on going. It's almost kind of a down count on that idea. Or you could be working the down, down, up, down, up. And then you have E minor, G, D, A. We kind of have our down counts. Give us some energy into the chorus. Or you could work the 16th ideas. E minor, G, and you can even mix between those two ideas. You want to go back to that down, 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 kind of lead into the chorus. And our chorus, it's kind of like a little variation of our intro. Actually, you could work it any of those ways we were talking about. So we end up with our G, E minor, A. Try the down, down, up, down. G, E minor, A. Or you could work the 16th idea. E minor, A. Or you could use the other 16th idea. E minor, A. And then after we repeat that idea 4 times, then we go into our first chorus tag. And we kind of start off with kind of our intro licks almost coming back, kind of that 3-0-2. And then we can do our B minor idea. And if you wanted to, as a variation of that idea, instead of doing it 7th on the low E, 7 on the G, you can actually play those same 2 notes, that B and D note, by doing 2nd fret on the A string, 3rd fret on the B string. And you can even use that through the other parts, kind of the B minor idea. And then we go to open A with the 2nd fret on the A string. You kind of dig on that. You can even work that as the 7, 7 to the 5 and 6. You kind of dig on that too. So we got kind of 3-0-2. 2 and 3, open and 2, and then we almost kind of do the G idea again, but then things all of a sudden speed up a little bit, and we do the 2 and the 3, actually 2 on the A string, 3rd on the B string for the B minor, kind of together, and then open A with 2nd fret on the B string is kind of our A idea, but then we go to 3rd fret on the low E string with the open B for a G idea, so it's kind of that 2 and 3, 0 and 2, 3 and 0, kind of an idea. B minor, A, G, and then you'll kind kind of hear this 7th fret on the A string, 8th fret on the B string idea, kind of an E and a G note come in, and then we go back to our open A and 2nd on the B. If you want to kind of follow that, like, let's get that 302, B minor, A, G, and then B minor, A, G, E minor, A, if you kind of dig on that. Or if you're digging on the down idea, you'd have kind of that G, E minor, A, G, and then this is a weird kind of B minor for 2, A for 2, G for 4, and then your E minor for 4, and then the A for 4. So the weird part's that last part, kind of B minor, A, G, E minor, A. Or if you're digging on the down, down, up, down, up, then we have the G, E minor, A, G. And you may want to just a down on the B minor, down on the A, down, down, up on the G, E minor with a down, down, up, and the A with a down, down. So it may be a little weird, actually, kind of that happening in the end. Or if you're doing the 16th pattern, you can do the B minor with a down, down, up, A with a down, down, up, G with a down, down, up, or a down, 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 up. It might be a little weird when it speeds up. Kind of D minor, A, G, E minor, A, on that last part. So using the 16th, you'd have the G, B minor, A, G, B minor, A, G, B minor, A. Or if you're using the other 16th note, when things speed up, you may want to do the B minor with the down, go to the A for the up, up, and then go hit the G for the down, up, down, up, down, up. And then kind of half your E minor A at the end. So all the way through the first chorus tag that way, you'd have the G, B minor, A, G, B minor, A, G, B minor, A. Kind of dig on that. And then from there, then we'll be going into our next verse. Now, one other thing I would think about adding to the song, though, is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, you could throw a bass note for the chord. So on the D, you'd have a D for the bass, unless you're doing the D slash F sharp, in which case you'd have a low E for the bass. The bass, down, up, down. And on the A, you'd have the A for the bass. On the B minor, you'd have the A for the bass. On the G, you'd have the low E for the bass. And on the E minor, we'd have the low E for the bass. So we tried the verse that way. Well, on the halving chords, you could work a bass down up on those chords, or you could do kind of the A with the bass down and then hit the B minor with the up, down. So we tried the verse progression that way. You have the D, down, up, A with a bass, down, up, B minor with an A bass, down, up, B minor with an A bass, down, up, A with an A bass, down, D slash F sharp with low E bass, down, G with low E bass, for the D, down, up, A with a bass, down, B minor with the up, down, B minor with the bass, down, A on the up, down, D slash F sharp with low E bass, down, up, down. So we want to play around with it that way. Or if you're digging on the 16th, you could add basses to that and make it a bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, bass, bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, down, up, down, up. It can be cool little variations. So we tried it that way. You have D, A, B minor, E minor, A, B slash F sharp, G, D, A, B minor, A, B slash F sharp, G. Or if you're digging on the other 16th pattern, you could work it as a bass, bass, down, up, which would be very cool too. So D, A, B minor, A, B slash F sharp, G, D, A, B minor, A, B slash F sharp, G. And then from there, then we'll be going into our next pre-chorus. So we try that with the bass, down, up, down, up. We'd have E minor with low E bass, next chorus. So we get that going. We have a G, B minor, A, G, B minor, A, G, B minor, A, G, B minor, A. From there, we'll be going into our second chorus tag and our bridge idea, which kind of takes a lot of those ideas that we've been working on and kind of mixes it up. So we tried that with the bass, down, up, down, up. We have the G, B minor, A, G. We have kind of our hit from the first pre-chorus, B minor, A, G, E minor, A, D, A. Then we kind of have a big G chord, and we kind of pick it back up on our B minor, A, G, B minor, A, G, kind of going back into our chorus, B minor, A, G, B minor, A. Or if we kind of dig in on the 16th through our second chorus tag bridge, we have G, B minor, A, G, B minor, A, G, B minor, A, D, A. We got a big G. We kind of pick it back up on our B minor, A, G, B minor, A, G, B minor, A, G, B minor, A. And then from that second chorus tag bridge, then we'll be going back into our chorus idea. So we have our G, B minor, A, G, B minor, A, G, B minor, A, G, B minor, A. And then from that chorus, then we're going into our last chorus tag outro. We have a G, B minor, A, G, B minor, A, G, B minor, A, G. We have a hit kind of like our pre-chorus. B minor, A, G, B minor, A. And we kind of do a big B minor. Very, very end. You may want to kind of break that up, kind of a little arpeggio idea, kind of like the keyboard at the very end. But that's the basics of how you get strung through You and I, Nobody in the World by John Legend. So good luck.